Welcome to a brand new episode of the TF Motorsports official podcast, and welcome to a brand new season. It's season 2 of the podcast already. It feels like we just started this, honestly. I'm Thomas Frasco. We're joined once again by Album, and we're in a brand new season, and we're finally in Monster Jam season, as I like to call it. This weekend, it all begins live on their YouTube, and it's honestly a really, really good feeling that they're going to have these events live each and every weekend. Because now this feels more like a motorsport and more like, kind of like, I don't know, like the NFL or NASCAR or like whatnot, like a sport where you get to keep up with it since they have points. So that's kind of what got me excited, and I just wanted to say this quickly. Monster Jam with their live streams, I think they did amazing. And this is going to help grow their fan base. This is going to help make more hardcore fans. Because now they're going to be looking at these events. And they're going to be keeping up with points, keeping up with drivers, knowing them better. And obviously they're going to go to the shows when they're at their area. So this is a win-win for Monster Jam. And I'm really glad they're still doing this. And now we are finally at that home stretch of 2024. This is the last video of the channel for 2024. And then 2025, we got some fresh stuff for you. And, before we get started, remember, we have the TF Motorsports Discord server in the description down below. If you guys want to take a look at that, we got a bunch of stuff in there, including channels for specific monster truck tours you want to talk about. Or we could also have, like, watch-alongs and whatnot, or hang out with your friends. It's a great space to grow the community. And I don't usually do like goals, but we'll just start simple. We'll just go 3. Because I honestly don't know how successful these things are, especially since we've been away for a while. Album, welcome back.
Good morning, America.
It is the evening, or it could be the morning in some other areas.
I forgot what my line was. I forgot the script. All right, but where are we going to go ahead and start off? I think we should start off with results from Spokane and Dubai, because those were really the last 2 shows that really had highlights.
Oh yeah, those. I honestly, I forgot that was still happening because, again, there was no streams because, well, understandably so. There's literally no, I don't think there's really any satellite down there. I don't think. But yeah, from seeing what I saw online, there were some pretty cool moments.
Yep, but let's go ahead and start off with Spokane real quick. As, shows went by pretty good. One overall for Scooby-Doo, one for Gravedigger, another for Scooby-Doo, and what everyone wanted to see, an overall championship from Backwards Bob. That's all we needed to hear. All right, now let's move on to Dubai.
Yeah,
All I need to say.
just want to say the backwards Bob moment though, that was nice.
Yep.
But you know what sucks? That was only a one-time thing. That I'm hoping for next season, if they like expand their lineups again, like I don't know, up to like 14 trucks again, they gotta have that as a mainstay because it's so popular with the fans or people who grew up with like Urban Assault or see the truck in person.
Because I feel like
yeah.
really everyone loved to see Backwards Bob, honestly.
So, and now let's get into
Dubai real quick.
Dubai, and
All
that
right.
one was in the sand.
Yep. All you need to know. All swept by El Toro Loco, and one amazing save from Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man. Yet, he did not win freestyle. I'm mad at everyone for not making him win.
And the thing about that was the way how he saved it, it was like a backflip off the ground, honestly, because like he had the bounce that he just gassed on it, and it just like it wasn't clean, but it was very close to like a backflip without a backflip ramp. It was cool.
Yep, but plus we also got some more news about him, but we'll get to that soon. As let's go ahead and bring up the dog pound, and then we'll get to the main parts. The dog pound for this season, which makes lineup changes. It's gonna be Bryce Kenny in the Monster Mutt, Blake Granger, Monster Mutt Dalmatian, Berto Trevino in Rottweiler like last season, and Brianna Mahan Scooby Doo just like last season.
And one thing to note about uh, Bryce, I think that was his first truck, right? He started off in Monstermont.
Yeah, he started off in Monster Mutt.
Yeah, so it's pretty much going back to his roots. So I think that's very, very fitting for him after the Great Clips stuff all ended. And then with excuse me for a second. With Blake, him driving Monster Mutt Dalmatian caught me off guard. Like I was not expecting that. But another thing to note, he's one of the drivers that's going to be doing both um, United States and international. I think he's driving what Megalodon internationally this year coming up.
I'm honestly not too sure about that one.
Yeah, I think I saw a post, but I forgot to save that. But um, yeah, but there's one thing. Let's actually go and stick right into international. This was pretty cool news. So obviously Max D is done. Blake Ranger drove that truck one more time in Australia, and that was the last we're gonna see of that truck in competition. And it had a good run, and it seemed fittingly enough that that truck would retire with Tom. But now the question was, what's going to take that spot since you got your 4 Marvel trucks, but you got 3 Feld trucks? Well, they decided that they're going to have another JCB Digatron. So Tristan is going to drive the one in the United States, and yeah, JCB Digatron will also have a international spot. And who made that driver be? Melbourne.
It is gonna be Brandon Arthur and JCB Digatron. I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah, and seeing those driver photos honestly was pretty cool. Um, and yeah, there's some hype going around that, and I'm super excited to see how that goes. Like maybe seeing that truck in ramped up, or um, seeing it in all these different international spots besides just that one time with Tristan in London. So it's gonna be very, very nice to see that truck and fill in that void.
Yeah, it's honestly gonna be really nice to see JCB, making an appearance.
And next thing we're going to talk about, obviously Monster Jam within the last few years has introduced one new truck per season. It kind of started off 2023 after getting back on their feet. They're finally able to introduce new trucks again. They got Thunder Roris, and then in the start of the year for 2024, it was JCB Digatron, and then obviously at the World Finals, Sparkle Smash became that next truck. Now, 2025, obviously we said on the last episode that Bakugan Dragonoid has been retired. I'm guessing because Spin Master wants to, have more like of a presence with Sparkle Smash than Bakugan, but also I don't know how that series is right now, but probably cold. But um, the, now there's a spot open for Camden, and he actually is now going to be driving a truck called Classroom Crusher. And when I saw the name, I was kind of hesitant, but once I saw the truck, I thought it popped, and I think it worked. Just
Whoop whoop.
like the flames on the truck, it made it look a lot better than what I thought it was gonna look like. And then combine that with the type of body it has and the like the characters on the side. It kind of like it almost looks like Feld, but also independent in some ways. I guess because like the characters kind of in the windows. But I hear a lot of people doing like the rip off of higher education and fuel economy, but there's been a lot of bus trucks, so I don't think it's much of a rip off. I think it's just a bus truck. So, but if it was like a full rip off of higher education, it would have been so similar. But it's much more different. It has a completely different body mold and completely different paint job. What was your thoughts on that truck?
I was on my phone the minute it released. I looked at a notification. It was called I don't know. I saw the truck though, and it just looked amazing. It amazed me. Monster Jam really outdone themselves this time because I honestly thought it was gonna be really bad, but never mind. I take back my statement. That truck honestly is really cool looking. I like it.
Yeah, like the concept at first, I was kind of hesitant, but yeah, they really did really good with the design. And I think Camden is just gonna go all the way and really put himself with the truck. Like I'm really excited to see what he does this weekend with that truck. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's crazy of me to say that all this is happening this weekend, and I'm really happy that I'm saying that. Um,
Ooh, can I start it? Can I start it?
yeah,
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, as he went ahead and bring up this weekend it is.
awesome.
All right,
That was great.
this weekend
One
is going to be
sentence,
started.
Joel. You won me over.
This weekend is going to be the start of the the Monster Jam 2025 season, as New Year's is coming up on tomorrow. I think, yeah, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I can't.
T-
I don't know to tell. Yeah,
tomorrow.
tomorrow is going to be the start. Mhm.
So yeah, so tomorrow will be New Year's Eve, and then Wednesday's New Year's Day, and then a few days later, January 3rd, it all starts. January 3rd, I believe, is a Friday and that starts one tour, but then the rest of the tours begin on the 4th. And unlike the last few years, where 4 out of the 5 tours started, now all 5 tours start in the same weekend, and I'm really glad that that's happening because obviously with the other tour, you had to wait longer, and you're like, oh my god, I just want to see it right now since we're already getting events. But now we're getting it all at once, and I'm really glad that's going to be happening for both stadium tours.
Yep. All right, now it's my time to shine. Starting off with Arena Championship Series West. They are heading down to Salt Lake City, Utah, not for the World Finals, but for an arena event. As we will go and see Weston Anderson, Cody Saucier, Berto Trevino, Devin Winfield, Ashley Stanford, Brianna Mahan, uh, I think Joe Uri. I'm not sure if that's changed or not. And Tim Hall Jr. as they will go ahead and battle it out this weekend to see who can get the first win and the first overall. Me personally has to go all to Weston, but Cody's definitely going to be a challenge.
And yeah, now we're going into that prediction part of the event that we're going over. But yeah, this is going to be their first of 2 stops at Salt Lake City, I believe. This one being a little bit of a warm up for some of the drivers, maybe a little tease, and then of course you got July 4th weekend, and that's when they have the World Finals. But from this lineup, I think my first pick is going to be Weston Anderson, but my second pick for overall has got to be Tim Hall Jr. I've seen what he's done in different videos I found from different creators in this community. Um, like he does fantastic, and I'm super stoked to see him do a full time points championship run.
Mm-hmm. All right, so are we going to get to the main prediction part now? 'Cause I'm ready for that.
Yeah, so the main prediction part. So obviously with the arena events, it's you start off with racing. You got skills. Depending on what the venue is, it could either be donuts or sky wheelies, and then you got freestyle. So who's your like pick to win the majority of the races at Salt Lake City?
I'm gonna have to go for arena racer of the year, Cody Saucier. He's gonna put up a tough fight against Weston Anderson, which has won all of his arena championship series ever since he started driving, surprisingly, and has not lost one, I believe. But Cody Saucier is definitely gonna put up a tough battle and probably gonna win racing, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm thinking for racing. Um, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you with Cody. I mean, I like looking back at the All Star Challenge, he was gunning that truck, and then seeing his performances within the last few years, he's a really good racer, and I think he's going to be putting up one hell of a fight. Then we get to skills at Salt Lake City. Who do you think is going to be the one that's going to get the skills win?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go back and forth because this one is probably gonna be Weston. From everything he's shown us, he was able to get in the Monster Jam World Final Skills competition. So that proves from last year he definitely got what it takes to probably win skills to start off the season.
I'm actually going to go with Tim Hall Jr. I mean, he's really good with his craft and skills. I think he'll nail the majority of the skills wins. If he could get past the bias of some of the fan judging, I think he'll be able to get that. Now, let's say they do sky wheelies. For Salt Lake again, it varies. It's like sometimes it's not, sometimes it is. So it's between two different competitions. But let's say sky wheelies is Salt Lake City. Who do you think would get the sky wheelie win?
Well, if it's a Sky Wheelies or Donuts, I'm gonna still go with the same person because I feel like they got what it takes. And honestly, Brianna Mahan and Scooby Doo will always probably take that third competition. She got what it takes. She can either get a really good Sky Wheelie or she can pull off a really good donut and blow all the boys in the dust and the girl.
And I was actually, yeah, I was gonna agree with you on Brianna. Like, I saw her at Newark last year, and when she was in Sky Wheelies, like she had like the best Sky Wheelie that didn't stick on the pod. Like she, like really gassed it at just the right time, and the angle was perfect. And I've seen many other events on Monster Jam's live streams, and she does really really good with that. So I think she'll be like a tough contender on that. Then we get to freestyle, and obviously, freestyle on arenas is a different beast compared to stadiums. You got your arena pod that's still kind of relatively the same, but has slight changes from all the times that they've had it. And it's got the got the APEC backflip, and it's got all sorts of different stuff on it. So it's like a completely different challenge, and you have to like do a fast-paced run in a shorter amount of time compared to stadiums. So who do you think would win freestyle the most in Salt Lake City?
Oof, it's between Weston and Cody, and maybe Brianna because it's mainly who hits that backflip first. That backflip is always what gets the judges. Sometimes though. So between all three of them having backflip access, I'm probably gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with Weston, or actually, I'm gonna go with Cody. You know,
Mm.
he pulled down a good freestyle at the World Finals. He kept it consistent the entire time. He's showing that he can get himself a good freestyle, even if it's in stadiums, arenas. He can definitely show everyone what it takes to go ahead and win. I'm getting Cody on the first one.
My pick for Salt Lake City freestyle has got to be Weston. Seeing what he's done in arenas for the last several years, starting off in 2022, 2023, 2024, he's just gotten freestyle win after freestyle win. He's just been pretty much a freestyle machine. I think he's going to be getting that freestyle win at Salt Lake City the most in the weekend. And now, overall event champion. Who do you think will get the most overall event champions in that weekend? Oh, yeah, he's
I think
what? Or I'm
I
guessing you're
think
just working your brain or something.
yep.
It's all the pressure.
Coming out from overall first overall for me.
Oh,
You know what? I think I'm probably say Brianna Mahana. I think she can pull it off, getting third, second inside of her competitions, and getting that overall.
mm. And for me, I'm going back to Tim Hall. Screw it. We're gonna go Tim Hall Jr. for the most overalls in the weekend for Salt Lake. Again, he's so talented, and now that he's in Monster Jam, and where he could really test the stuff, I think he's gonna be able to hang on with the big dogs. Now, let's stick with let's stick with arenas, and we're gonna go with Greensville, South Carolina, for the excuse me, for the East Tour.
Coming in Arena Championship Series East, we have is Kristen Anderson, MJ Solarino, Blake Granger, Mark Hall, Tony Oaks, Michaela Tulashka, Brandon Tulashka, and Kurt Kramer. Now let's go ahead and start off with racing. Of course, who knows, timed racing, head-to-head racing, who knows what it's gonna be. But my pick is gonna have to go with the main man himself, the GOAT in that tour, Mark Hall.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Hall's gonna win.
I'm thinking honestly, I'm gonna go Brandon Telechka, just get her done. I think he'll nail down the majority of the racing wins in Greensville. Like he's got a lot of skill.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. All right,
Now,
then moving on to.
skills.
Wait, were you gonna say something
Oh,
about Brandon?
I was gonna introduce also, so so I had to cut myself. So skills. Anyway, who do you think will get the most skills win in Greensville?
You know what? It comes between Tony Oaks and Brandon Tolochka. It comes to the Packers stand or who can hold the most or the longest nose wheelie. And of course, I'm have to go with the man, the myth, the legend, Mark Hall. He got what it takes.
Woo! um. So now I'm gonna go with Blake Ranger in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Again, it's weird that I'm saying Monster Mutt Dalmatian with Blake Ranger. Anyway, I think like he'll like be a really tough contender in this tour. I mean, seeing what he's done in the international series from those few live streams we had last year, he really put on a show. And I think even though that he's having a different mold, might be a different chassis too, he's gonna really give everybody like a run for their money. He's gonna go for it in skills. Now, for the third competition, let's say they do donuts. Who do you think does the best donuts out of everybody in the field?
Donut, Sky Wheelie, same thing. I'm still going for the same person. She's done pretty well, also known as Queen of Donuts, and she gets a pretty good Sky Wheelie amount of wins. I'm gonna have to go with the underdog, the GOAT, Mark Hall.
Wait, what? He said she. Mark. Oh,
I said I'm gonna have to go with the underdog, Mark Hall.
okay. I'm gonna go with Kristen Anderson. Anyway, I hear you laughing over there. um, Kristen Anderson, with both Sky Wheelies and Donuts, she's really, really, really good with that. Um, and that's where I think she succeeds a lot. And yeah, I got a good feeling she's gonna pull a lot of those wins this season. And in Greensville, I think she's gonna get a lot of donut wins. Moving on.
Yeah, I could definitely see that happening. I can see that happening.
Yeah. Now moving on to freestyle, and I don't know if this like place is smaller than Salt Lake City or maybe bigger. I'm not sure what the floor size is, but with this track, who do you think will get the freestyle win the most in the weekend? And again, there's a lot of tough contenders in the field. Like it's pretty stacked when you look at it.
Yeah, what it comes down to 4 drivers though: Kristen, Tony, Brandon, or Blake. 3 of them have backflip access, and Brandon might get his this year or maybe not. Who knows? But Brandon's definitely going to be a good contender. Blake Granger definitely. But when it comes to throttle rhythm, it's probably going to have to be Blake or Kristen. And coming down to what the fans probably want, I'm going to have to go with Mark Hall, Raminator.
We gotta make sure we just get a huge army of Mark Hall fans at stadiums or excuse me, Arena Series East, and just flood the stands with Mark Hall signs. We need that to happen. If you're listening and if you're gonna see this tour, bring a Mark Hall sign or make one or something. Now I'm currently between Tony Oaks and Thunder Roris and Blake Ranger and Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Again, they put on very good runs, and they're very skilled. I mean, everybody in the field is skilled, but in terms of a wild freestyle, either Tony Oaks or Blake Ranger, I think Blake Ranger might get it. But again, it's like very close. Now,
Yeah. Mhm.
overall event champion, who do you think will get the most overalls in Greensville, South Carolina?
Greensville. No, it might have to be the one and only Gravedigger driver, Mark Hall, Raminator.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm thinking probably Blake Ranger. Like honestly, I think it might be tough, but I think he'll pull ahead and actually um, win in Greensville. Again, their lineup is pretty stacked. But if you think that lineup is stacked, well, we're now about to talk about my favorite arena series, and I am so glad Santa Claus over here. I'm so glad that I get to see this tour in Newark.
Ooh,
Uh,
same here.
Arena Series, hell yeah, Arena Series Central.
Whoop whoop.
We got Matt Cody, Gravedigger, Fernando Martinez, El Toro Loco, Angelina Knock, Megalodon, Jamie Sullivan, Sparkle Smash. We have John Zimmer Sr., Zombie, Triton Robbins and Crazy Train, Montana Robbins and Plain Crazy, and John Zimmer Jr. Terminal Velocity. Badass lineup, and every single driver has so much talent. I think this one is going to be the closest tour out of all three arena tours combined, and it's just going to be very incredible to watch. And yeah, if there's no stadium action going on, this is the tour I'm going to be watching full time. And and I am really looking for those tickets for Newark, which is in a few weeks. Starting off with racing. Who do you think is going to win racing in this whole lineup?
Oof. Fernando, Matt, or John or Junior. Matt definitely has a lot more stadium experience, but not much in arena. Fernando's been in arenas a whole season. John Zimmer's been out. I'm gonna have to go with Fernando Martinez.
I'm gonna go with Triton Robbins, a Crazy Train. Seeing him in Newark earlier this year, he was good. Like honestly, for his big Monster Jam appearance during the summertime, he was kicking butt, honestly, and I was surprised. Like he won racing and skills for the show that I went to. I think he's gonna be very very tough, and I think he'll get the racing win for Nashville. Then we go to the skills competition. And pretty much with all these competitions with this tour, it's just so tough to choose. They're all so talented. Who's your pick for skills for the weekend?
Fernando Martinez definitely has that simulation experience. John Zimmer Jr. has the same type of experience. It's definitely gonna have to be between them two. You know, this one, I'm going to have to choose my boy. He made it to the World Finals in his first season, I believe. It's John Zimmer Jr. and Terminal Velocity.
Yeah, I'm going with John Zimmer Jr. too. Like his
I know it was first World
yeah,
Finals.
like he already did a few arena shows, I believe, this year during the off season, and he did very very well. And I'm excited to see what he does, and I think he's got a good chance of walking away with the majority of these. Now we go to, let's say they do Sky Wheelies for this one. Who do you think would get a Sky Wheelie win in this tough field? What was that? Was it like a cup?
No, I was hungry. I'm trying to eat my microphone. All right.
Get your food. I'll take over for you.
For me, it's between Angelina Knock or John Zimmer Sr. I'm going to have to go with Sr. I don't know. I just believe those zombie arms are going to help him out and get him that Sky Wheelie competition win.
And then we get to, excuse me. Wait, I don't even choose yet. Sorry. Work brain is really fucking me over. I'm thinking for Sky Wheelies. I'm gonna go on a limb. I think Jamie Sullivan Sparkle Smash. I think she'll be able to get it. Like seeing her doing Sky Wheelies earlier this year, she did well in Monster Truck Dalmatian, but with this Sparkle Smash truck, I think she could see a little bit better, or maybe it's roughly the same. But either way, I think she'll nail it even with a different body on the truck. I think it's still her chassis. Um, now we move on to freestyle, and this is where it gets really tricky. If it didn't get tricky already, now it's pretty much like a close battle.
It's between three, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and start my pick right now. Thank you for introducing me.
Okay.
All right, for my three, probably got to be between Matt, Fernando, and John Zimmer Jr. Matt, Cody, and John Zimmer Jr. They probably both have backflip access. It's between Fernando though. He might get access this year or not for backflips. So who knows? But if he does, still, I'm gonna have to go with my boy. You know what? Matt Cody, screw it. I feel like he can get a win.
Oh, there you go. Honestly, while you're eating your microphone, I'm gonna choose my pick. John Zimmer Jr. He's gonna be my pick for quite a lot of competitions with this tour. Just the way how he drives, and also the way how that truck is just set up in a way. It's kind of similar to Zach Garner, but John's truck is just set so perfectly, and I think he'll be able to really knock it out of the ballpark and get some freestyle wins. And moving on to overall event championship, I'm gonna go first. Again, I think John Jr. is gonna get it. Like he's got a truck that's just dialed in perfectly. And now what the hell is that? You just breathing into the mic? If you're still hungry, you can go grab some food. I'll keep going. I'll go solo.
All right. For my overall pick, it's the underdog, the one no one expects. It's gonna be. Oh, my bad. I forgot. He's not the underdog. John Zimmer Jr. He's the top dog.
Top dog, even though that he was out for about a year, but there's a lot of hype going to him.
Screw the Georgia Bulldogs. They can suck it.
All right. Now we're finally at the two tours that are pretty much the main events. We have Stadium Series West and East. We're going to start with Stadium Series East. And this is technically not East. They should really find a different name for these tours. Because
oh, wait. We forgot to do something.
What happened?
We forgot about one more introduction that we forgot.
What would that be?
Also joining Stadium Championship Series East, coming along with Avenger, it's not Chris Kohler Mossima anymore. It's Chris Kohler in his new truck, Mayhem.
Oh yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a really really cool. Like I already like the name, I already like the font, I like the fire suit. I just now have to look at the truck, and now you're just really excited. What the hell? It's just a truck. Anyway, yeah, San Diego will be the spot for the quote unquote East Tour. Again, as I said, they should really find names for these tours next season, because this is nowhere near close to the East Coast. So we have somebody give him a Lay's bag. I think he
I'll go ahead and introduce the people.
Yeah, I think he needs some Lay's potato chips.
Coming in Stadium Championship Series East, we have as Tyler Menninga, Gravedigger. And we have Cynthia Gutierrez, and then
Easy.
New paint.
He's dying again.
Probably the new paint design of Lucas Stabilizer, if not the new fire suit. And then we have coming in straight from arenas, Armando Castro and El Toro Loco. Yay. And then let's not forget Barry Musauer in Zombie. Colt Stevens in Thunder Roars. Kevin Crocker in Megalodon. Jim Kohler in Avenger. Oh, no. Joe Foley in X. Mike
Joe.
Christensen in Vendetta. And then, of course, coming in from the Arena Series, it's going to be Dalton Widener, Jurassic Attack. And then, of course, our two new trucks. Starting off with Camden Murphy inside the brand new Classroom Crusher. And then finally, we have coming in from Detroit, Michigan, it's Chris Kohler. Mayhem. All right, I'm done.
All right, cool. Now just grab an apple or something, just something to keep yourself occupied. I said something from like the fridge. Um, so then we're gonna go on to the racing competitions from both shows again with this tour and also the West Tour. We're both on the West Coast, but anyway, Tour 1 and Tour 2 are both going to be having two different shows for the weekend. So we'll do the same thing as we did with the arena tours, being who would get the most out of the weekend. So, Album, who do you think will get the most racing wins on
Tyler.
the what? Okay.
Tyler.
All right. So we got already Tyler.
Tyler sweeping all of it.
I think for racing, honestly, I'm going with Camden Murphy in Classroom Crusher.
Damn,
Seeing
that's so predictable.
like seeing him in Bakugan, he had a really good like talent with racing, so I think he'll pull that off in San Diego. Now for skills, I think this one is a little bit more easier because I'm picking Tyler Menega for the skills competition. Like, the man is... Oh, he actually did get food. Oh, okay. Holy shit. I didn't think that was possible. Anyway, yeah. I think it's Tyler... I mean, if you're gonna crunch away from the mic. Jesus Christ. Crunching party over here. So I think Tyler Menega is gonna get the skills win. He's just absolutely insane with skills competitions.
Yeah, oh, definitely. He can definitely do a good part.
Somebody get some subtitles for Album, please, so we can know what he's saying right now. It's like, so for skills, maybe you can like I don't know, text it while you're going crazy with snacks, and I can say it.
Tyler Menega's definitely going to do good with bicycles. That's how he's going to win.
And a little chop to really show that he is confident in that statement. Anyway, get some freaking water. Holy shit. Freestyle. It's either between Cannon Murphy, Tyler Menega, and honestly Joe Foley. It's between those three. It's tough, but I'm actually gonna go for Joe Foley in Axe. Honestly, I think he'll pull it off and pull up a big upset. Now, is Album still alive after eating all those chips and coughing up like crazy? Sounds like he's barely alive. Let me guess. Tyler Menega for freestyle.
Oh, no, wait, my bad. Joe Freestyle Foley taking the win.
Okay, so we agreed on that. Anyway, overall event champion, Tyler Menega. The man is just crazy. I mean, he's been having great runs and great points battles these last few years. And 2024 was pretty much the year of Tyler Menega, and he ended up walking away with both the points championship and also a freestyle world championship. I think Tyler Menega is going to get the most overalls in the weekend. And now, Album, what do you think? Tyler or upset? I'm translating. It's Tyler Menega.
He knows me so well.
Okay. Anyway, time to shift gears one more time because we got another tour, and this one is a little bit more tougher to choose. This one seems to be really stacked. This is the West Tour, and this will be at Anaheim, California. Very popular Monster Jam venue. We got Adam Anderson in the brand new Gravedigger. Oh, I forgot to mention Tyler Menega's also having a brand new Gravedigger. Album is pretty much dead at this point, so I'll just keep going. So yeah, both main Gravedigger drivers for their stadium tours are going to be having new chassis. So we already saw Adams. Now later on we'll see Tyler's. So anyway, with the West Tour, it's Adam Anderson with the majestic mustache and Gravedigger. Jamie Garner, El Toro Loco, Todd LeDuc, Megalodon, Caleb Blood, Sparkle Smash, Tristan England, JCB Digatron, Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, Bryce Kenny and Monster Mutt, Nick Pegliarulo and Kraken. We got Matt Pegliarulo in the 10th anniversary Jester, Cole Vennard and Black Pearl, Mike Pegliarulo making his full-time debut in Excalibur, and Zach Garner in Wildside, a big fan favorite going in. So there is just a stacked lineup for the West Tour. So first question is, are you alive at this point? Because you were coughing in the background.
Oh, this tour I could pay attention to. The other one I already had.
Okay, so before I even start with this, what chips were you having?
This podcast is now sponsored by Bucky, the biggest gas station in the world. Go get their caramel popcorn now, or they run out.
So I'm gonna make this into an actual advertisement because I'm not doing that. So going into racing, and now that we know the track is going to be what we saw, I believe it was Houston, right? It was Houston. It was the one that was kind of similar to what we had, except the middle of the track is completely different. I believe it was that one. So, who do you think will get the most racing wins on that track?
Zach Gardner and Wild Sun.
And I do hear that, and I do agree. Honestly, his racing skills are through the roof, and again, he's the defending racing champion, so that truck is just perfect for that competition, and I think he'll walk away with a lot of these this season. But for Anaheim, yeah, that's gonna be Zach Gardner. Skills, freestyle, and overall is gonna be even tougher to choose. Racing was a little bit more all right, we know, but the rest of the competitions are gonna be tougher. With skills, I think just by a little. Like, it's either between Tristan or Ryan. I think Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger is gonna pull off a big sidewall move and get the most of the skills wins of the weekend for Anaheim. And now, Album, what do you think? Are you getting sick?
It's Bryce Kenny the Monster Mutt.
Okay, is there a reason why? Because some people want to know why.
I didn't really think that far through.
Okay, well we'll still.
I'm joking. I'm joking. Bryce Kenny has honestly perfected the nose wheelie. You've seen him a lot of times. He can perfect that balance. I feel like to start off the season, he can definitely pull off a win inside of Monster Mutt. He's gonna, get that dog to lick the dirt. He will ride it anywhere. He will get this win. I know it. Why? I'm best friends with Bryce Kenny.
Bromance. Anyway, freestyle. So, okay, that was unnecessary. Freestyle. It's gonna be tough. We got Adam, who's really good, obviously, with all the amount of freestyle wins he's got. Caleb Blood could actually do pretty good runs with Sparkle Smash. Like she really can really get that truck like she's able to get some really good air and really like have that truck screaming and do like some big backflips. Like she's talented with freestyle. Tristan obviously he could throw down. Ryan's crazy. Zach Garner's crazy. It's gonna be tough. Honestly though, I think by a little it's gonna be Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. I think with that chassis, he's gonna get a lot of good luck, and he's just gonna pull off both freestyle wins of the weekend. All right,
It's gonna be how many fingers do I have? I have 12, so if I divide that by 3, divided by a hamster ball. All right. Your freestyle winner is gonna be shit.
I think Album's drunk.
Ryan Anderson, it's son of a digger.
Okay. Yeah. So Album's probably drunk right now. So just
Someone tell Kayla to let off the throttle so she doesn't break another damn planetary.
So yeah, bear with me and Album. I think Album might have been drinking a little too much. Maybe that Corona stuff or whatever. Or Budweiser or whatever beer.
Modelo. I love Modelo.
Well, that answers that. He has been drinking. Now the overall event champion. It's it's very very close. Like I'm just scrolling through the lineup each time I'm picking, and the field again with this tour is so stacked. It's a really tough choice. Honestly, by a little, I'm going to pick Tristan England in JCB Digatron. He's usually very consistent. Like, the last time he was in a stadium tour with JCB, he was very consistent. Like, even though that he came up short in some aspects with Tyler, he managed to get him on others, and he's usually, like, right there with him, either way, if he wins or he doesn't. I think Tristan England and JCB is going to be getting that overall event championship in Anaheim. And Album, with your one brain cell left from all the beer and all the chips and popcorn and shit, who do you think will win the overall event championship in Anaheim?
That's how I'd like to go. Lord, if that's all right, a winner down in Saturday with Chris Kohler and Mayhem getting the
Ooh,
championship with him in the Heisman Awards. And then he wins the National Football Championship, and then I go Longhorns.
okay. So those are our predictions for this weekend coming up with all 5 tours. Um, so so pretty much there's gonna be a lot of things to look forward to in this tour coming up. For all 5 tours. Obviously, the live streams, they're all back, and we get to watch them. Whether right away or if it's like the West Coast where we can't really catch it if it's too late, we could always watch it the next day. But yeah, either way, all the events are happening on YouTube, and then eventually you got Math TV and Pluto TV and all these other places. So yeah, and we're gonna hear a lot of fan reception and all this other stuff. Like, I'm super stoked. Like, I haven't been this much excited for a Monster Jam season in a while. Because obviously it was getting kind of because yeah, there was the points and whatnot, but it wasn't like, oh, easy to watch. But now it's like live each time they're doing an event for points, and you could really just be invested as a hardcore fan and like catch up with points. That's why I'm really excited for this season coming up this weekend. Doesn't matter what tour you watch, you're watching the points happen right in front of you. And yeah, and this goes out also to other fans who were kind of about Monster Jam this season. I'd say give it a chance, and yeah, watch the live streams and talk to some people, because honestly, this is like history in the making, honestly. And I'm
I
not,
got
and like listen, like I'm obviously this podcast is not filtered. We're not sponsored in any way. I'm not kissing ass, but I'm just
We're
saying.
sponsored by Bucky's.
Well, album is probably sponsored by him, but not me. But I'm just saying, this tour, like this season, is just gonna
This
be insane. So keep an eye out.
2025 is what to look out for.
Yeah. So next week we'll be back exactly on a Monday night. Of course, this is our official time slot for the podcast every Monday night here on TF Motorsports. Next week we go over this week. We're gonna be talking about the results, what we thought of it, and do honest opinion stuff. We might have some other guys on here, possibly, or maybe less. Again, it just depends on who's available. And then
Mainly me.
yeah, and then hopefully you don't drink next time. Then we'll go over predictions for the next week of competitions. Album, I know you're practically like half dead, half alive right now, but is there any final thoughts before we go off? Yeah, he's pretty much in the desert.
All right, my final thoughts is this: the Texas Longhorns are going to win the KFC. Or wait, Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. The Texas Longhorns are going to win the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl. We're going to beat Oregon or Ohio State, and then we're going to whoop Georgia's ass or Notre Dame's, and we're going to claim the national football championship.
What are you
Man.
What are you smoking? We're talking about Monster Jam.
Oh wait, I thought. Oh my bad. Chris Kohler, Monster Energy is the one to look out for.
What?
But no, Tyler Menega is definitely going to be the one to look out for this season, and the battle between the brothers of Adam and Ryan are definitely going to be interesting to see. It's going to be the greatest season we've seen in a while, honestly. It's like what you've been saying. Classroom Crusher, a new truck, a new feature for Camden. He's going to go like he went out in 2019. He's going to go crazy.
Yep, so pretty much my final thoughts about this is pretty much full excitement, and it's just like I'm so excited that I'm like actually at a loss for words in some aspects. Because then you have the West Series, and the West Series has gotten some like really talented drivers in there, like Weston Anderson, West. I just noticed West. And then like with Weston Anderson, Cody Saucier, and Tim Hall Jr. finally being in Monster Jam, like that could get kind of close. And we're dead. Anyway, with the East Tour for the Arena Series, that one also is pretty neck and neck. You got Blake Granger, Brandon Telechka, Mark Hall, and of course you also have Kristen Anderson. She does well. Tony Oaks, Thunder Roris, he's been doing pretty good also these last few times. Arena Series Central, my favorite Arena Series. Again, the reason why I say that is because each driver is just so like talented, tough. We finally have the Crazy Train team making a full-time appearance and competing each and every weekend up to the World Finals. The Zimmers are back with Junior and Senior. They're going to be tough to beat. Jamie Sullivan, new ride, a second Sparkle Smash. Fernando Martinez, he's done well. Angelina Knock, she had a very good start, and now she's just getting better and better. And Matt Cody finally in the United States full time. Stadium Series East, Tyler Menega, again, he had a lot of great moments, and I'm just super excited to see what he does. But he also has Colt Stevens, he has Joe Foley, Jim Kohler, Canada Murphy, yes, Dalton Whitener, Cynthia Gauthier,
Armando Castro.
There's just a lot of talented drivers on that one. And then the West Tour, it's just, again, I'm saying every tour is talented, but that's what it is. Monster Jam's just full of talent and just really like impressive like driving and skilled athletes. Like they're just on like a next level. Like when people, when they focus just on the trucks, I'm thinking they should really also talk about and focus on some of the drivers, because they're just like next level talent. like Adam, Ryan Anderson, Caleb Blood, Tristan England, Bryce Kenny, like Zach Garner. The list goes on. Like, they're just full talent, and with all 5 tours, it should be a fantastic show, no matter which one you're watching during this weekend.
Damn, it's almost been an hour.
Yeah. And now we're actually wrapping it up right here. So I want to thank Album for pretty much breaking down, but he made it. Start off. What the fuck? Anyway, thanks for being on here, and yeah, next week should be a blast.
Yeah, I'll try not to get drunk next time. Watch my.
Okay. Want to thank everybody for tuning on here once again.
Mhm.
The TF Motorsports Discord server is in the description down below. And in the comments, I want to ask you guys, who's your picks for week 1 for all 5 tours? Or if you just want to talk about a tour that you're looking forward to the most, let us know.
Talk about how drunk I am in the comments too.
And Album might be in the comments, and if he sends a random comment that does not make any lick of sense, you'll know why if you've listened all the way to this point. Thank everybody for tuning in to our season opener, season 2 of the podcast, and we'll see you next week, Monday night, for the new year, for our next episode. And once again, this is our last 2024, pretty much last 2024 video, because 2025 will start off fresh with a brand new project, and then we'll be back next week.
Thank you for coming on Monday Night Football on the FS1. We'll see y'all next time. Oh, my bad.
Anyway, Album is gonna knock himself and go to sleep, and at the time of this recording, I'm gonna start editing. See you guys next week here on the podcast. Thank you everybody for tuning in.